Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well and having a fantastic week. In today's video we are going to be doing a DIY dry mix for parrots. I'm going to be showing you all the things I've got to make a dry mix for my 2 cockatiels and 3 green cheek conures, and you can make this mix for any species. You can just tweak and change the ingredients, but all the ingredients are perfectly safe for birds. I also choose human grade ingredients and organic where possible because then it is nice and healthy for the birds. And I'm going to show you all the different things I have because I've got them from different retailers. Again, you don't have to make the mix exactly as I make it. You can make it however you like, and I'd love to hear the ingredients that you choose down in the comments. Now, the key to making any good DIY dry mix is variety and diversity. You don't want to have too much of any one thing. So for my mix, I'm not actually measuring it out. I'm kind of doing it by eye and just making sure that it doesn't look like there's too much of one ingredient. And then it'll be really nice and diverse for the birds. And every time that you take a nice big scoop for them for their dinner, it's always going to be something different because there's so many different ingredients in the actual mix itself. Now, before I get started, I wanted to tell you a couple of things I'm not putting in my DIY dry mix, just in case you kind of see the ingredients and think, well, why hasn't she included that? So first off, I'm not including hemp seeds, hemp hearts, millet or sunflower seeds because I use them as training treats and reinforcement for the birds, and obviously if they get that in their main diet, they're not really going to want to work for it. So I keep that separate from all of the dry mix ingredients. I also don't include too much fruit in the DIY dry mix because I prefer to manage that quite carefully so I don't get too much and have loads of excess energy, which leads on to hormonal behaviour. I'm also not putting chia seeds in my DIY dry mix, and a lot of people do, and that's fine, but because chia seeds actually swell up 10 times their size when they get wet, I prefer to sprinkle them over their chop and then they can kind of swell up for that and then they can eat it all together. So that's what I prefer to do with that. And finally, I'm not including star anise, Ceylon cinnamon or cloves in this mix. Now, all of those are perfectly safe for birds, however they are very fragrant, and I've included them in dry mixes before, and it makes them smell a bit weird because of all these different kind of smells, isn't it, Olive? So I prefer to keep them separate. We do have a whole cupboard full of other ingredients we add, like dried chilies as well, and star anise and all the spices and all the lovely stuff that Olive loves, and of course the others do too. And then we just add that separately. So all the things that we're adding in this mix are all brilliant to do, and all the things I've mentioned that I'm not putting in are all still safe to put in. It's just our personal preference with our own little birds, and that's something to bear in mind. It's about their preference, what you're using for training, what you have access to in your country as well, and of course all the different things that are safe for birds. Do just double check anything you're adding into your bird's mix is going to be safe. And if you'd like any more information on safety and all different kinds of dietary things that Olive's very excited about, I'll leave the link to Dr. Jason Crean's nutrition group that's on Facebook down in the comments, and also my nutrition talk I did with him. It's very informative, and I hope you guys enjoy watching that or joining the group as well. But I suppose we should get straight into making the mix. And as I said, I'm going to show you where I've got everything from. If you'd like to get them from the same places, there's going to be loads of links down in the description. Some of them will be affiliate links, which means at no extra cost to you, I will get a few pennies, which goes towards the bird's care. Totally up to you if you want to click on them. But I'm going to have everything listed down in the description if you want to go and see it. So, should we go and make a dry mix, Olive? We say, see you in a minute. Bye. So from Healthy Supplies, we have freeze-dried green peas, freeze-dried broccoli pieces, freeze-dried beetroot pieces, and some dried red bell peppers, which honestly I thought was in a bigger packet, but we're going to roll with it. From Polly's Natural Parrot Boutique, we have a Simply Floral foraging tray, and this has loads of different colourful flowers. There's blue cornflowers and rosebuds and things like that. And we also have the rose meal topper with more rose petals and other lovely goodies in there. There's so many ingredients in these two alone, so it's really fun to add these as well as everything else. From Happy Bird UK, I got the Seed Delicious pre-sprouted mix for small to medium beaks. This is essentially pre-sprouted seeds, so it's really great to get that protein in there, and it's really fun to get sprouts in the freeze-dried form. They also very kindly sent me some of their mood swing tea, so this is technically ad gifted, although they didn't ask me to say anything, so I thought I'd put a little bit of that in the mix as well, because there's lots of ingredients in that too. From Buy Whole Foods Online, I got some pot barley, oat groats, dried carrots, raw coconut chips, raw buckwheat, caraway seeds, dried pumpkin pieces, barley flakes, milk thistle seeds, hulled white sesame seeds, and dill seeds. And finally from Northern Parrots, I got some tops pellets. I got them in the small size, And I also got some pumpkin seeds still with the shell on, because apparently they're really hard to find. So luckily Northern Parrots does them, because that's what my birds prefer. They prefer them in the shell so they can crack it open and get the goodies inside. So that is everything for the dry mix. I'm going to now put it together. I'm not going to show you because it's probably going to go really, really messy. But I'm going to now cut to a clip showing you what it looks like all combined. And I think we'll go and see what the birds think of it. So I hope you enjoyed seeing what's in our DIY dry mix. If you have anything different that you're adding, or if you want to share your recipe down in the comments, I would love to hear from you, because it's always really fun to switch up ingredients to keep things really fresh and interesting for our birds. If you have any questions, please do leave them down in the comments as well, as I would love to hear from you. But from me and Baby Olive, thank you so much for watching. Take care and see you later. Say bye.